Hello everyone, welcome back to the Love Doesn't Hurt podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Leonard. So today we will be continuing to go through the interactive safety plan that can be found on the National Domestic Violence Hotline website. If you missed the last episode, go listen to that as it covers what a safety plan is and the first couple of sections of a safety plan. I will once again include the link in the podcast description to the interactive safety plan if you would like to create one for yourself. Just as a refresh on some reminders for creating a safety plan, be honest and accurate with the information you are providing so that your completed safety plan will give you the best possible chance at remaining safe in case of an emergency. Keep your safety plan in a safe and accessible location so you can use it when needed. If you don't feel safe with a printed copy, try screenshotting an online version or memorizing the safety tips provided. And finally, you know your situation better than anyone else. Trust your own judgment and weigh your options before taking action. So the first section we will be covering today is the fourth section of building a safety plan, your job. Similarly to school from the last episode, if you don't have a job, this section may not be applicable to you. So let's get into the questions. If you need to avoid seeing your partner on the way to or from work, what route can you take to get there safely? This should again be different from your typical route, even if it's a little out of the way. It's better to be safe than late. Have you told anyone at work about your relationship? If not, find someone you trust and let them know just in case your partner decides to show up at your job. Does your partner work at the same place? If so, this can make remaining safe and not under their control more difficult. Consider finding a new place of employment if possible, so you can maintain a safe work environment for yourself. And if you need to leave work immediately, who can you call to pick you up or meet you? This could be a friend, family member, or colleague. Be sure to either write their phone number down in a safe place or memorize it in case of an emergency situation. The next section of a safety plan is technology. The following questions are all yes or no, so they're pretty straightforward. You can also check out the episode I did about digital abuse if you would like more information about how to be safe online. So the first question is, do you have and use a cell phone? If not, having a cell phone will help maintain your safety outside of your home, so you should consider purchasing one if possible. Has your partner ever checked your outgoing calls, text messages, or browsing history on your cell phone or computer? If so, be careful who you contact and what you say, because your abuser is likely monitoring your communications. If necessary, delete searches or calls to domestic violence hotlines or create a contact name with the phone number so it doesn't appear to be out of the ordinary. Do you use social networking sites? Has your partner ever sent you an abusive email, text message, or voicemail? If so, document these and keep them as evidence of abuse in case you need to go to court for a protective order. Have you shared passwords to your online accounts with your partner? If so, you may want to begin changing these so your information can be protective. Make sure you think about every password your partner may have: social media, email, online banking, etc. Does a trusted friend or family member have access to your online accounts? If not, it may be a good idea to give them access in case your partner tries to lock you out of these accounts, transfer money to themselves, or post something online from your account. Has your partner ever pretended to be you online? This could range from posting something from your social media account, to creating a fake social media account as you, to trying to change bank information acting as you. And finally, have you ever sent your partner private photos of yourself? If so, your partner may try to post them online if you do something they don't approve of. Try to delete them from any devices or accounts they have access to if you can do that safely. The next section of the safety plan is partner. Who would you call or text to let them know where you are going with your partner? This could be a friend or family member that lives in your area that could intervene quickly if necessary, or someone who could contact authorities in your area if they believed you were in danger. Write down or memorize this person's phone number in case of an emergency, and if possible, share your location with them from your cell phone or device that you have with you. If you were stranded somewhere and needed a ride home, who can you call to pick you up or meet you? This could be the same person as above or someone you trust that is local to your area. What word or phrase can you use as a code in a phone call, text, or instant message to ask your family or friends to call for help without your partner knowing? This is a safe word, and establish them with people you trust before an emergency situation occurs. If you decide to end your relationship, where can you do it safely? This should be a populated public space where you can talk to your partner, where people could help if things got out of hand. Abusers are less likely to harm their victims in a public setting because they don't want people to know about the abuse they inflict. Who could you talk to after you ended your relationship? This is another important phone number to write down or memorize so you have it on hand when necessary. The next section of the safety plan is children. So, like with the school and job sections, this may not be applicable to you if you don't have kids. The first question in this section is, who could watch your children if you needed childcare in an emergency? This is another important phone number to keep written down or memorized. Do your children know how to call 911? This is an important skill to teach children regardless, but especially if they are home and a domestic violence situation begins to escalate and you were unable to reach a phone yourself. What word or phrase can you use as a code between you and your children to let them know that they need to call for help? This safe word should be easy for your kids to remember, given to them before you may need to use it, and practiced on a pretty regular basis so they understand what to do in an emergency. Where is a safe place that your children could go if in danger? This needs to be a place they can go safely by themselves, whether it's a room in your home, a neighbor's house, the local police station, etc. The final section of the interactive safety plan created by the National Domestic Violence Hotline is emotional. The first question is, does your partner say or do things to make you feel down on yourself? Check out my episode on emotional and verbal abuse if you'd like to know more about why abusers do things like this. What are some activities that you enjoy? When you're feeling down or anxious, do some of these things to lift your spirit. When you're feeling down, who can you call to cheer you up? This may be a friend, sibling, parent, or colleague whose phone number you should memorize for any moments you may need words of encouragement. And finally, does your partner threaten to reveal information about you in a hurtful or embarrassing way? If your partner is blackmailing you with information, please stay safe and seek help when you can. Well, that is all of the sections to consider when building your safety plan. I hope this helps anyone who may be in a domestic violence situation think through what they may need to do to prepare for an emergency and provides them with a step-by-step guide via the interactive safety plan, which is linked in the description of this episode. As always, it is my goal with the Love Doesn't Hurt podcast to create another resource people can use to understand their experiences, get help, and know they're not alone. If you need immediate help, please call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233 or text START in all capital letters to 88788. You can also visit their website, thehotline.org, for more information. If you enjoyed this episode or learned something new, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a new episode. If you would like to support the podcast, I would really appreciate you giving it a 5-star rating wherever you listen. Thank you all for listening to the Love Doesn't Hurt podcast. I hope you all have a great day, and remember, spread love everywhere you go.